friends, it's Miss Barnett, and today we're going to be talking about a very cool tool called crayons. Who's ever used a crayon before? Raise your hand. I love them. Great job. So, did you know that just over 100 years ago, crayons were invented? No one had crayons before that, and it only had 8 colors. What would you have used to draw if you lived 100 years ago before we had crayons? Cool. So let's look at a crayon. Here's a crayon. And I want you to tell me about what you notice about the crayon. We have different parts of the crayon. There's a tip of the crayon. This one's very brand new and it's very sharp. There's the end of the crayon, and then we have the side of the crayon. And you can use all of these different parts of the crayon to draw with, not just the tip. So don't worry if later in the year when we don't have quite as sharp crayons, we can still use them even if they don't have this nice sharp tip. So what would you use the tip of this crayon for? What could we do with it? Let's find out. So I'm going to show you some different ways to use new crayons and old crayons. Crayons that are big and don't have the paper on, and then the brand new ones. So let's look. Let's discover together. Here we go. So my friends, I've got a piece of paper, and you and your table friends should have a piece of paper too. And we're going to get started just exploring and seeing what our crayons can do for us. So first, let's hold our crayon like we hold a pencil, which is kind of towards the end. And you're gonna let's see what kind of marks we can make with that. I'll write my name. So the tip of the crayon, what kind of marks, how would you describe these marks? Are they skinny or fat? Thin or thick? Let's try going light. Oh, let's get a darker color. Let's go light to dark. So I'm barely tickling the paper here. And then I'm pressing a little harder. I'm pushing with the crayon down. Push, push, push. Harder, harder, harder. Ooh, look at that. Do you see how the color changed when I tickled the paper, just barely touched it? And then the harder I pressed, the darker the color got. That's so cool. What if we hold a crayon on its side? Looks different than this, doesn't it? What's different? What if we press really light here and then press light and then press harder? The color, it's like this. The color was lighter here and then it got darker. Interesting. What if we took one color and then took another color and colored on top? Do you see what I see, friends? Whoa. That is so cool. I colored with blue and colored on top with yellow, and I made a new color. What color is that? If you said green, you're right. Let's try it with the red on top of the yellow. I wonder what will happen if I put red. Whoa. Add a little bit more yellow on top. So cool. I made another new color. Yellow and red make orange when you put them on top of one another with the crayons. I wonder if we could cover this whole sheet really fast if we just use the side. Look at that. You can color a whole area on your paper super duper fast if you use the side of your crayon. So we're going to keep practicing, and you're going to try all these things that I tried with your paper, with your group. And I will come by and see how you're doing. Let's have some fun and explore with our crayons.